Good afternoon, students. So, today we move on to our next module in electromagnetic theory, module 4. So, module 4, our the chapter is about your transmission lines. So, as you know already, a transmission line is an arrangement which consists of either one or more parallel conductors, and it connects the source to load. So the transmission lines that will be analyzed in the form of electromagnetic theory. Okay. So what is going in the transmission line? A current signal is passing, power is passing, voltage is being set up. So all these are what? Signals. So all these signals are in the form of waves. So that is why we consider the wave theory to be attached with the modeling of a transmission line. So what is the meaning of modeling? Modeling means we use electromagnetic theory concept to find out various parameters such as resistance, conductance, impedance, voltage, current of a transmission line. Okay. So let us focus into our module 4. So first topic is type of two conductor transmission line. So a basic transmission line consists of two conductors, okay, that are in parallel to each other. What is the purpose? One side there is source, another side there is load. So the transmission line connects source to load. So that is what I have written here. A transmission line consists of two or more parallel conductors used to connect a source to load. Okay. Now what is the primary purpose of a transmission line? Two purposes. One, we use transmission line for electrical purpose, that is transmission of our power, and second, in communication purpose, a transmission line is being used, or as internet cables, for TV, all these things. Okay. Now for power distribution, the distribution is done at low frequency, and in communication the distribution is done at high frequency. Okay, because power distribution you require higher power, so at low frequency you have to supply the power. In communication circuit you require high frequency to be catched by the electronic instruments. Okay, so now let us look at the various types of transmission lines. So many type of transmission lines are there. So we basically cover the following type of transmission lines. So what is the first type of transmission line? Coaxial cable. The coaxial cable are basically used in computer networks. So what is a coaxial cable? Coaxial means, okay, it is in the form of a cylinder. Two cables that have a common axis formed in the arrangement of a cylinder. Similarly, the second type of transmission line is a two-wire line. Third one is a parallel plate or planar line. Okay, so now look at the figure. So first figure is that of a coaxial line. So in the coaxial line you can see that there is a cylinder, and inside the cylinder there is another wire, as if the wire is on a common axis. Okay, the cylinder is a upper conductor and the conductor inside is the second or lower conductor. Okay, coaxial, that means both have same axis, so that is why it is called coaxial. The next two-wire line you can see very easy, two simple lines placed parallel to each other, that is a two-wire line. And the third type of line is a planar line. Here you can see two lines that are placed on a same plane. Okay, the strips are the lines. So the lines are as if they are parallel to each other and as if they are on a same plane. Okay, so clear what are the various type of your lines? So coaxial cable, two-wire line, parallel plate or planar line. So transmission line problems, these problems we carry out. The problem means the various derivations by means of electromagnetic theory. Okay, and some applications of circuit theory will be there while calculating the resistance, inductance, capacitance, etc. So now let us consider a two conductor line. Let us draw a model and find out the various equations. So our next topic is circuit model of a uniform two conductor transmission line. So what is the meaning of uniform? Uniform means the field setup in this conductor is uniform electric field. Okay, so let us consider a two conductor transmission line where a wave is supported in which electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. So this you have to remember. So what type of wave we are considering here? We are considering the electromagnetic wave where electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. As usual, we have done this in previous classes, that we have taken a generalization that our electric field and magnetic field should be perpendicular to each other. So while considering a transmission line, we have taken an extra case, that is the electric and magnetic fields that are transverse to the direction of propagation. That means the direction in which the wave is going or the signal inside the transmission line is going, the direction of electric and magnetic field is transverse to that direction. So such a wave is called a transverse electric magnetic wave, denoted as TEM. Okay, clear? So what we are considering? We are considering a two conductor transmission line. We are considering a TEM wave, that is a wave in which electric magnetic field is there, but the direction is transverse to that of the propagation. So now we consider the transmission line. We pass the signal or the transverse electric magnetic wave through it, and we find out what are the various parameters. Okay, clear? So look here, this is the figure. So what I have shown here is, first source is there, the two lines represent the two conductors or the two parallel conductors. Since what we are considering? We are considering a two conductor transmission line, that means the transmission line has two conductors. So in the figure I am showing the two conductors. So a transmission line, as you know, what it contains? Resistance and inductance. So let me consider a small element del Z of the transmission line. Okay, suppose the entire length of the transmission line is L. I am considering only a small portion. Usually what we do? In differential length, differential area, differential volume, what we do? We take a small portion, then we find out the variables, then we integrate. So here also similarly we do the same thing. We take a small portion or small length of the transmission line, we calculate the various parameters, then we extend the parameters for the entire line. So what we are doing now? Let R is the resistance per unit length, L is the inductance per unit length, G is the conductance per unit length, C is the capacitance per unit length. So what happens to the total resistance? R into del Z. What happens to the inductance? L into del Z. What happens to the conductance? G into del Z. What happens to the capacitance? C into del Z. Okay. Since resistance per unit length, that means 1 meter length resistance is R. So for del Z meter, what is the resistance? Del Z into R. Similarly, what is the inductance? Del Z into L, and so on. Okay. So we have considered the source and the load. So let us consider that the source voltage is Vz of t. Why Z of t? As I told you, direction of propagation we are taking as Z, and time dependent. Definitely we are considering AC signal, so it is time dependent. So voltage is Vz of t, current is Iz of t. Now if you look here, the total current when it will come to the capacitance, then the current divides into two parts. One current goes into the conductance and one current goes into the capacitance. Clear? Okay. So now let us look at the various equations. So the first equations, that is called the transmission line equations, are del Vz of t with respect to Z is equal to Riz of t plus Diz of t with respect to t into L. Okay. So second equation is del Iz of t with respect to Z equal to Gv of Z of t plus C into del V by del t into Z of t. So these are the two transmission line equations. Okay. So where the parameters, what are the parameters? R is the resistance per unit length, L is the inductance per unit length, G is the conductance per unit length, C is the capacitance per unit length. Now if you consider the equations, so the equations are similarly to the wave equations. Okay, these equations are in the form of wave equations, because what we are considering? We are considering the signals to be in the form of waves. So these equations are the wave equations. So the solution of wave equation is in the format, you already know. What is the solution? E is equal to E0 e to the power eta into z. Okay, that means E is equal to E0 gamma to the power z. That means the gamma is what? Propagation constant, or you can take intrinsic impedance eta. So here we are taking the propagation constant. So what is the solution? The solution for voltage is Vs of z is equal to V0 plus e to the power minus gamma z plus V0 minus e to the power gamma z. Already I told you in the previous topics that two components are there. One is positive component, one is negative component. So when you take the magnitude positive, the propagation constant will be negative. When you take the magnitude negative, the propagation constant will be positive. So whenever we are taking V0 plus, gamma becomes minus. Whenever we are taking V0 minus, gamma becomes plus. So Vs of z becomes V0 plus e to the power minus gamma z plus V0 minus e to the power gamma z. Okay. Similarly, in the same format, the current becomes Is of z equal to I0 plus e to the power minus gamma z plus I0 minus e to the power gamma z. So these are the two solutions to the above two equations. First one is the voltage equation, del V z of t by del z equal to R into I z of t plus del I z of t by del t into L. Okay. So similarly, next is del I z of t is equal to by del z is equal to G into V z of t plus C del V z of t by del t. So in the above equation, just 1 second, you just hold for 1 second. Yes. So here one L actually I have left out. So into L. Okay, L for inductance. So the first equation, del V z of t by del z equal to R I z of t plus del I of z of t by del t into L. Okay. Similarly, second equation, del I z of t by del z equal to C V z of t plus C d V z of t by del t. So the solution of these two equations is this one. For voltage, this is the solution. For current, this is the solution. Okay. So already you know the solution format of wave equation is in this format. Now if you look at the two equations, so this is my voltage. Resistance, what is the formula for resistance? Voltage across resistance, V equal to IR. So current is I z of t. So voltage becomes I into R. Clear? Plus inductance, what is the voltage across inductance? L di by dt. So that is why L derivative current z of t with respect to t. So total voltage is equal to IR plus L di by dt. So this is the first equation. Similarly, go to the second equation. So now this is I am considering the current. Okay, the total current I am considering. So now if you look here in the figure, so the total current that is coming, I z of t that is coming here, that current, okay, will go in both directions like this. One current here, one current here. Okay. So one current goes to the conductance, one current goes to the capacitance. So total current is equal to the summation of current going into conductance and current going into capacitance. Now if you recall, what is the formula for I? I equal to V by R. or V into 1 by R. And what is 1 by R? 1 by R is G. So conductance current becomes V into G plus, what is the formula for voltage current across a capacitor? I equal to C dV by dt. So that is why capacitor current becomes C dV Z of t with respect to t. So total current del I Z of t, this is the derivative, this is taken partial derivative. Okay. So the total current is equal to current across conductance plus current across capacitance. This is the total current that I am showing you. Is the total current. The total current, this I Z of t is coming here like this, like this, like this. At this point, the I Z of t divides into two parts. Okay. One part goes to G Z of del Z, one part goes to C del Z. Clear? Okay. So total current becomes equal to G V Z of t, V into G plus C dV by dt. So C del V Z of t with respect to t. So these two equations are the transmission line equations. So the solution of these two equations is given by Vs of Z, that means source voltage dependent on Z, is equal to V0 plus e to the power minus gamma Z plus V0 minus e to the power minus gamma Z. Sorry, e to the power gamma Z. Similarly, Is of Z equal to I0 plus e to the power minus gamma Z plus I0 minus e to the power gamma Z. So this is the modeling of the transmission line. So that means in the transmission line, first you have to take a TEM wave, you have to draw the circuit, then you have to write the equation. How the equation are coming, just I simplified you. Okay, just I told you that how these two equations are getting here. So then what you do, you define the various parameters, then you find out the solution. Okay. So in next class we derive the intrinsic impedance formula of a transmission line. So in this topic we cover what is a transmission line, what are the type of transmission line, at which frequency power is distributed, at which frequency communication circuit is used, what are the various type of lines, the figures. Then we consider a two conductor transmission line, then we do the circuit diagram, then we find out the various equations, then we go for the solution of the two equations. Okay. So in the next class we cover impedance of the transmission line. Okay, thank you.